It's 25 years since the disaster at Munich. Edwards I brought to the club as a boy. I coached him, but he didn't need much coaching. He was already a player. I've handled great players. I've handled world-class players. I've seen great players. But I can assure you the greatest of them all was Duncan Edwards.
In St. Francis Church, Dudley, is a lasting memorial to greatness and to affection.
He was great and amazing in every possible way. Not only playing, but his mentality, his approach. I don't think I'll be able to see one Duncan Edwards again.
Kids, you know, hear him, you say, Duncan Edwards, he couldn't have been that good. But he was. Duncan Edwards was the greatest player that I've ever seen. The greatest player that I've ever played with, one that I would have hated to have played against. I love talking about him because there's really not a great record of what he did because he only played 4 years. You know, people talk about him as an all-time great, you know, and he only really played for 3 or 4 years at the top grade. He was a very funny lad, you know, he liked life, and he was very gruff and, you know, abrasive at times, but never in an unfriendly way. And the first time I bumped into him in the army, I arrived at Nestcliff in the German National Service, and it must have been killing him to be doing his national service when everybody else was playing football every day, you know. And we all hated it, but it must have been worse for him because he absolutely loved the game. And he picked me up outside the guard room when I arrived, and he took me to my billet and said, "Come on, I've got your back, so I've got everything for you. It's all sorted out. I've been waiting for you coming." And when I got in, they put my stuff down on the floor, and there was a spring missing out of my bed. "Don't worry about that," I said, "don't worry about that, I'll sort it out." And he literally picked the bed up and just walked straight out of the billet, and 2 minutes later came back with somebody else's.
He lived for the game, actually. I remember, you know, one of his famous saying, probably before the team would go out, and I'd be finished my last sort of speech or advice or talk, the big Duncan would get up and say, "Right, come on, lads, we ain't come here for nothing. N-U-F-F-I-N, nothing. We ain't come here for nothing."
He could do anything. He could either foot, right foot, left foot. He could manipulate the ball any way that he wanted to. If you wanted him to smash a 70-yard crossfield pass, he would pinpoint a 70-yard crossfield pass. He used to run around like a gazelle. He loved scoring goals. He was just a complete player. He was a fantastic defender. He was brave, he was good in the air.
Edwards like a tank when England in trouble in defence.
But if I had a match to play and my life depended on it, and I had one player that I could take with me out onto the field, it would have to be Duncan Edwards.
Big Duncan Edwards, you could just put a goalkeeper's shirt on him and he'd be the best man on the field.
But if I had a choice of one player, I was Edwards.
He is one of the all-time greats. There's no question about that.
For those who saw him play, there will never be another Duncan Edwards.